Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Fresh Baked Niche podcast where the best half-baked conversations happen. I'm your baker, Patrick, and today I want to talk about nonograms for a little bit. So, some people might call these picross. I know there's a lot of games that have been on, like, DS and the Switch. But, they do normally come in books. And it's one of those things where I like them and they're a fun puzzle. And today I thought I would do one with you and I would talk about it. So, as you can see here, we have a big ass grid and we've got rows and columns with numbers. So, in this case, it's a 15 by 15, as you can see, because it's 15 squares by 15. Perfect. The general idea is the numbers tell you how many conjoined sets of blocks there are in that row or column. So, just as a quick example, this one right here, the 1117, what that means is that there's a 1, at least a space. So let me just draw this out. So there's a 1, at least one space, another 1, another 1, and then 7. Now, how I just drew it is not necessarily what that is. It's just what it could be, because obviously the 7 could actually be here and like this 1 could actually be down here. There's a lot of possibilities for what this could be. That's what we got to figure out. So my approach to solving a nonogram is one of two things: big numbers or groupings that almost equal the length. So case in point, let's start with this 11 at the top. So what's cool about 11, and this is one of the little strategies I have, and I know a lot of people do it too, is the overlap. So if you were to count from 1 to 11, it would look like this, going from this side to this side. If you do the exact same starting from this side and counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, you end up with this space. The overlap is right here. Nope, sorry, right here. We know for a fact that these have to be here because no matter where you put that 11 bar, it's always going to be covering those exact squares. Now, what's really cool about that is you can see on this one, we know that there's a 1. Actually, there's a bunch of 1s. So we can literally block all of these off because we know for a fact there's going to be nothing else connected. So there we go. And then we got this 13 right here. Exact same situation. So we would count out to 13, going both ways. And there we go. We got the 13. That's our wiggle room. Now this one's really cool. So this 11-3 totals 15. So all that you can do is this. That is exactly what that line looks like. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. It has to be like that. And I love those. Same with actually this row. We do this, and we do that. Our 382 looks just like this, and there's no other wiggle room. And that is perfect. So that's kind of the general idea. I'm going to kind of ramble and try to solve this. I do apologize for any weird long breaks. I'm probably just thinking a little too hard. So let me show you another trick here. So you see this 5, and we see these 2. Well, if we consider, say, where my mouse is right now, and for those not watching, I do apologize, but if you count from this block and go up, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that is as far as that could possibly go, so we know it cannot reach this far. And if we do the same, it ends up looking like this. So we know for a fact the 5 is within now this small range, and that is perfect. We like to see those things. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a 13. Not perfectly across, but what we can do, weirdly enough, with this one is do this. I can't easily show this, but to explain what I just did there with the 2, 3, 2, 3, is because that 3 on the end, given the possible wiggle room of the extra 2 spaces we cannot determine, we know for a fact one of them goes here. It's hard to explain why that's the case, but it works out. Also, because there's 2 here, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we know that this is our 7. We know that that's a 1, and then we also know that these are 1. So, weirdly, the first thing I drew for 1117 is correct. That's fine. Sometimes that happens, but I find it to be, it's better to be cautious. Also, we have this beauty going on, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's a 2, that's a 1. Look at that. We are getting somewhere. Now, right here, we have this 1, 1. We have 1 here, but that does not necessarily mean that there's a 1 here. It could be in the other spots, so we can't really guarantee anything, but we can block that off and this. Because we know that this is a 1, and that's there. I mean, there's a 1 here. That's the best we can do. And actually, that now influences this, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And because it's the 2, we can do that. So we can do this too. That's cool. To explain what I just did there, one moment, let me get a drink. Very good. So to explain what I just did there, so it's 5 and 5. And with this current shape, because we know that these two are blocked off, and with how this is, we knew from here that we could build out another 4 because this one gap, so 4. But let's just say this was a solid 5. We could go dot, because there has to be at least one blank spot between the bars. And if you count it out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that takes us here, and that still gives us room. So we actually do this. And that's all guaranteed. That is awesome. So we can get rid of this and do that, which does this. Which that just opened up quite a lot for us. I do apologize if this audio is maybe not helpful. I'm not an expert. I just do these in my spare time. I think they're fun. I'm not quite sure what to do here. Well, that's 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. Actually, we can put 1 here. We can't guarantee 5 there, but I think we can 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, we can guarantee this, which is great. Actually, we can do some guarantees here, because this is a 2. Actually, that's a 2. But because this bottom one's a 2, and this is it, we know that there can't be anything lower, so we can actually do this. And that's pretty sick. We can do actually this, leave that alone, do this, that. That's just straight up a 2. That could be there, but we know that those can't be there because of the 5. And look at that. Oops, that was wrong. That's also wrong. There we go. Very good. So we can actually do those 2. Well, that's a 2 and a 3, so we know we can do this and this and that. I'm still not sure what this is supposed to look like, because that's the beauty of the picross or the nonogram, is that it's supposed to be a picture at the end. Also, we can guarantee that, so that's done. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can actually do this, that. Actually, we can do this too. Very cool. Lock that in, actually. And do this one. I'm thinking it might be like a pot of honey or water or something. I'm really, really not sure. But I know we can do this, we can do that. So that's a 4, that's a 5. I think we might actually have this solved. Oh yeah, perfect. I'm still not sure what it's supposed to be. Oh, it's a fish in a bowl. I don't know why my brain wasn't registering this white part in the bubbles. There you go. That's a nonogram for you. Not super helpful, I'm sure, but I'm not necessarily good at the whole guides thing, but hey, you know, if you enjoyed this, let me know. And if you are interested in trying out nonograms, I mean, please feel free. I find them very therapeutic. It's a good way of solving a little puzzle. And I know they got more complex ones if you want a bit more of a challenge, but when starting out, I would say honestly, if you can do it, do like a 10 by 10, not even a 15 by 15. But you know, as you get better, do the bigger ones. Honestly, get to the point where you're doing like 20 by 20s or 30 by 30s. It's rewarding. But you know, until the next time, thank you for baking with me today, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.